You rolling?
So how do you feel?
How do I feel? I feel a little nervous. I feel a little nervous, but I'm excited to finally get started on something that I've been talking about for a long time. Something that's it's been a goal of mine to create a channel like this, you know. So I'm feeling good.
What is mental health to you?
Mental health to me is how I digest the things that are happening in my life. You know what I mean? In every aspect. I don't just mean my life, but you know, from the simplest things like going to work, or you know, the relationship I have with my family. You know what I'm saying? So, how we process our inner with our outer is mental health to me. You know what I'm saying?
How did you make this channel?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I want to create a space where you can not feel like there's something wrong with you, but feel like you can come and ask yourself those questions that you probably wouldn't ask every day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I want this channel to be a place where we can ask ourselves those questions and come to each other and see if we can relate in any way, you know? So I want this channel to be something like that.
Are you a psychiatrist or a professional?
Nah, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. I'm not here to diagnose you in any way, you know? I'm here to ask myself those questions based off of my experience in life, and it's really up to you whether you can relate or not to those questions, you know. And it's a journey. It's a journey. I'm simply living my life openly enough to where you can learn from me and I can learn from you. In no way is this a place where I'm going to tell you there's something wrong with you or I'm going to diagnose you in any way. So no, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. Not a doctor, not a professional, and this is not a therapy session.
What would someone gain from watching your channel?
Hmm. That's a good question. That's a good question. I would say that most important thing that you gain from my channel overall is probably, no, I'm not going to say probably. I'm going to say definitely. What you will definitely gain from my channel is self-awareness overall. Even if you get nothing else from my channel, you watch my videos and you come here every day and you get nothing else, you will get self-awareness. You will be way more aware of yourself, way more aware of how you feel, way more of how you deal with situations every day in your normal life. I can guarantee that that's a gain that you're going to get from this channel, regardless.
How do you work on your mental health?
Me personally, well, it all boils down to how we deal with our experience here in the world. You know what I mean? Like how are you dealing with your situation? How are you reacting to your situation? You know what I mean? Like, for example, if I got to go to work and I know that my boss or I know that my manager or whoever at work is, you know, always hassling me and always giving me a hard time, how do I deal with that situation to make my job easier? You know, because obviously I can't control how he's going to treat me in the situation. I can only control how I can react and how I feel about the situation. So if you put that example into every aspect of your life, and you can master how you deal and how you react to a situation based off of how you're feeling and an uncomfortable situation, then I feel like you can have more control over yourself and be able to keep your well-being maintenance appropriately to deal with those situations that might not be the easiest.
Why is mental health important?
That's another good question. That is definitely another good question. I would say mental health is important because it plays into every aspect of your life. Like, people don't realize, and that's why it's so ironic that people don't talk about it. We don't. It's something that it's behind closed doors. You know what I mean? It's like it's not something that's like just openly discussed. And people who do have an understanding of mental health, they keep it to themselves, which is understandable. But there's a level that we can all relate to that nobody talks about. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like mental health is so important because every aspect of your life and everything that you do, if your mental well-being is not anywhere near where it should be, your life altogether will be just 10 times harder. Even if it's not you, it's the situation, and that's how you feel. You feel like, oh, it's not me. It's the I'm doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like my situation is rough. Like, even if that's the case, if your mental state and your understanding of the situation is bad or not positive, and you're in a negative light about what you're dealing with, it's 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse. So if you're in a place where you have an understanding of your situation and you have an understanding of your well-being and how you're dealing with the situation, it makes it a whole different. There's so many avenues that you could take now to deal with that life that you live in, or that situation that you're trying to cope with. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's why mental health is so important, because in everything we do, in every aspect of our life, we're constantly reacting and experiencing the world. So it's so important for us to like react and experience correctly based off of what's best for us, and not just based off of just reaction, or just based off of what we like and what we don't like, or our preferences, because then everything's gonna be difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about struggle. Progress is all about struggle. So, and in a way, I feel like mental health is important in different ways to different people. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal perspective on why my mental health is so important, because I want to be the best version of myself in everything that I do, and bring light to everything that I'm experiencing. I want to bring the best version of myself to that. So that's why I feel like mental health is so important. Somebody else might feel different, and I totally respect that, because it depends on the person. But there's no way you could say in any world or any dimension that mental health is not important, Okay, y'all, so welcome to my channel, Digesting Mindfulness, listeners and viewers. I'm your host, Kashem, also known as Shem, also known as Justice, whoever you know me as, and if you don't know me, welcome. You know what I'm saying? This is something new, brand new. I'm excited to go on this journey with all of you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you can benefit from this channel, please subscribe, and like. And if there's something that you want to bring to this environment that we're creating together, comment and let me know how I can benefit you and your journey. Your mental health is important to me, and it's important in general. So let's get to work. Bow!
Artlist.io